Apparently so bold, I didn't do it.
Right now, there's this guy online who just contacted me out of nowhere, and he has a bunch of prints of things. And he has built his own. He actually contacted Gala and then contacted me.
Actually, he tried to contact you on Twitter. You weren't on, for some reason, getting it.
I was like,
so
ignoring.
then someone, this guy in Mexico who I know who makes like shark movies, saw the tweet, sent it to me, then contacted the guy for me, and then the guy contacted, it was like a whole
and then
web
he contacted
of
me. Well, anyhow, now I'm talking to him. He sent me a YouTube video of his little rig that he's made, and he's built his own, literally out of
processor, right? Yeah.
He's built his own telecine system.
Yeah.
That has.
Why don't you? That was part of the question, though. Why don't you answer the question about how a telesystem?
So basically, what he does is he has built a thing that just slowly pulls film at about 7 frames a second through. Maybe it's less. I think I might be getting that wrong. Through a gate that he's built, and every time it stops, he's got some kind of software program, I think, running on a Raspberry Pi computer, which is this like little thing, and it takes a picture of the image in 4K, and he's just doing it from a print. So he started sending me images that he's been shooting
of Killing Zoe.
Okay, it's the best images of that film I've ever seen. It looks exactly like the way the movie looked when it was projected, and we've even had discussions now about the film stock that we used to shoot the movie, the film stock, which was Fujifilm that we used to print the film, because I don't know if you remember, but in those days, when they were releasing your film, they tried to save money, and Fuji was cheaper, but the emulsions are reversed, so it's instead of like red, green, blue, it's like blue, green, red or something.
Yeah, no. Well, they sent so many movies to hell because you would shoot it
perfectly.
You shoot it on Kodak with
stock,
the colors, knowing the color range of Kodak. But then to save money, they would print the release prints on Fuji.
And fuck everything up.
Everything was just a crazy salad by that point.
What he did was he found a print of Killing Zoe that had been made for, I think it was Eagle Films in Italy. It's the Italian print of the movie. He got the Italian print. That one was made at Technicolor Rome on actual Kodak film. And it's like I've never seen it since the first time I saw it.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of extraordinary. He's gone through and he's shot it, and I'm looking at the images and I'm zooming in on the emulsion and the grain, and I'm looking at the color balancing, and I'm just like, this is better than the Japanese transfer. And so he's just finished that one. Then he was like, oh, boss, I found a Rules of Attraction print. So now I'm going to do that. And I'm like,
Well, he's actually...
Like, these are actually the most true representations of the movie because they actually look like the print. And by the way, I love seeing things like the cigarette burns, the change marks.
Yeah, exactly.
When they come up, because then I know, we're this many minutes in about. And
is he transferring them to video, or is he transferring the DVD?
He's basically making me JPEG 2000 still images so that I can create my own DCP out of it.
Oh, okay.
Yes. His name or his like business name or his Instagram handle that he's under is NC17. Yes. And he's actually using these for test runs because he wants to start a label where they pull directly from the print.
He's
4K.
He's basically recognized that I need to preserve cinema.
Yeah.
These prints are slowly vanishing. I'm taking the best prints that I can find, and he's actually matched up an English language soundtrack with the best source. And in fact, he even went out and sourced the best version of the audio for it from the Laserdisc, which had the better sound than the DVD did.
Wow!
Because of all the compression that was done. And so, like, with no prodding on my part, which
just doing God's work,
which is the way things get done, actually. Because I've been wanting to do this myself, exactly as he's doing it for years now, since I heard Kubrick did it with Dr. Strangelove.
There's a lot of great things in cinema history are simply because some film buff thought it was cool and just decided to do the work to do it.
Yeah.
Like the way the guy put together out on his own Cinerama again.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way to do it.
Just in his fucking basement, just because he wanted to do it.
And so basically, it's as simple as celluloid is backlit, and so you shine a light through it, and he has a good setup, and he's shooting, with the right color temperature of light, and you just literally take a picture in 4K, and he basically takes a frame every 7 seconds. And he runs through the movie, and he's got it down. And he's done, I think, the best transferred version. And we've been doing comparisons with the
Yeah, and the
the
Killing
other
Zoe
the other
transfer is
version.
actually done now. He just let me know.
Yeah, and he's
so.
also recording it for me full frame. I mean, the movie was shot 1.85, but full Academy aperture,
Mhm.
which is like 4:3, and so you have the 4:3 Academy aperture frame. But in those days, because that movie was shot tight, and I wish that I had been more diligent about it, the LA indie thing to do was don't worry about what's happening in the matted areas
Yeah.
outside of 185. Don't worry about that. We're going to lay track there because we don't have time. Or I'm going to let the box in, or maybe even the microphone would be in the top of frame. And you're meant to mat all of that out. But if you have a bad projectionist who kind of I don't want to say bad projectionist, but if you have a projectionist that isn't on point and he frames it wrong, you're going to see some track. You're going to see some
boom shadow.
Boom shadow. And so this has actually been a really exciting experience for me working with this guy. And I think we should post on the website, links to the YouTube video showing how he, how.
Well, by the time this comes out, actually, there might be way more information. So.
Yeah, and all of that.